I'm here today to talk all about the Fitbit Alta. So this is going to kind of be a review and how I have enjoyed wearing it the first few days. So this is just a look of the Fitbit Alta on my wrist, and I do have a large band. The closing mechanism is similar to the Flex, but I do have to say it is a bit more difficult to close than the Flex, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Let me see if, okay, and you see the clock on the display screen. If I can hit it, I tend to have issues when it's not on my wrist. There's my steps, my mileage, my calories, active minutes, and then just goes back to time. And I believe it will also show you if you have a silent alarm set. What I love most about the Alta is that if you get a text message and your Bluetooth is turned on your phone, it will come across the screen on the Alta. So say you're in a situation where you can't have your phone out, etc., you have your Alta on your wrist and it will vibrate, and the text will read across the screen. You can know who sent you the text and kind of what the text says, so you will know if it's urgent, or if you're in that kind of situation where you can only kind of get to your phone if it would be an urgent matter. And you can also see calls, the same thing, who is calling you. It will also show across the screen. And I prefer my display to be across instead of up and down, just because I think personally that is easy for me to see the best. I just don't really like the horizontal options they have available. They do have many different options that you can display. You can display just the time and day, time, date, and day of the week, all kinds of different options for that. I do really like their move reminders that this Alta has. If you can set it for certain, I think it comes for 8 hours, and you can change the times that you want that active. So right now mine starts at 10 and ends at 6, and so I need to walk 250 plus steps every hour to remain active. And I really like that it has that, and it shows you how often you're sitting versus how much you are active. And mine was super crazy. Literally, I'd be active even though I'm exercising and doing that kind of stuff where I'm at home most of the day. I've only was active for 3, maybe 4 hours out of the day, and now with these reminders I'm finding that I'm active closer to 6 or 7 hours out of the day, because I have that kind of reminder, and I can look on the app and see, okay, I did this many steps this hour, and I can keep remaining active throughout the day rather than just trying to get my exercising and that kind of stuff in. I am also keeping it in the back of my head that you need to remain active throughout the day. This Alta does not have the floor counting feature or heart rate monitor that you saw with the Charge and the Charge HR, but it definitely is very stylish, which I believe that Fitbit was going for. I bought this for $130. It was $129.95, I believe, and I did order 2 extra bands, which is something I absolutely love about the Alta. You can just open the back here and press the button and pop the edges off of the little device. I did buy a teal band and a pink leather band. The leather bands run for $60, and the regular silicone, they run for $30. So I'll just show you what my leather looks like on here, and you just slide it down on each side and you are ready to go. But I do find that because of the way the bands hook on there, that they do fidget a little bit when you've got them even completely secure. Now, when wearing it on my wrist, I don't really notice that. I don't notice a move or anything like that. So, I mean, I don't notice that it moves. Just when you're holding it or something, and especially with the silicone ones, I believe that they're a bit worse, that the leather do stay more secure. And I just find it a bit weird that it does that. I'm not really sure why. I don't know if it's, but so far with wearing it, I haven't found any trouble, and I am really loving the Alta so far. I upgraded from a Flex. Let me see if I can show you a little bit. See, it really wiggles with these silicone ones for some reason. And like I was saying, I upgraded from the Flex. I got the Flex initially to see if I kind of like the idea of a tracker, to see if I like the company Fitbit. And when I decided I really loved it, I looked into getting the Alta. I pre-ordered it right before it came out, and I've had it for several days now, and I really like it. I like that the Alta can automatically track sleep. I was not able to do that with my Flex. My Flex could pick up on my sleep occasionally on its own, but I really needed to kind of set that to get the best results. And I love that the Alta does automatic exercising tracking. It can do bike, elliptical, running, walking, and so far I found that the main things I do are weights, aerobic, and walking. And it obviously cannot pick up weights. You're not moving enough there really, and that's just not one that really any of them can pick up well. But as far as the aerobic / dance workouts that I do, I find that it picks that up really well. And also with walking, I find that it picks that up really well. And so I'm just really pleased with the Alta overall so far, just because, you know, I am upgrading from the Flex, and it has more features with the screen and that kind of thing. And I do think I don't currently have any scratches with my screen, and I'm pretty hard on it. Oh, it's upside down. And I'm pretty hard on it as is. I may get a screen protector in the future to keep it from scratching up. You know, anything kind of having a screen, it's possible that it may scratch. It doesn't feel super delicate, and the charging is a little bit different than some of the other devices. It is in the back here, and you do not have to take the band off. The charger comes with this little clip, which I was concerned about in the beginning because I thought maybe the clip doesn't feel flimsy, but you know, with it being a clip, I feel that in the future it would be a little bit easier to break, and I don't, you know. So here's the charger, and then I would just plug it into the wall for a few hours, and it will be charged and good as new, ready to go. I find that mine charges probably in less than 2 hours, gets me a full charge, and so far I've gone to about the 4 to 5 day range, which they say that this Alta will get that 5-day battery life. So I'm finding that I am getting that. And I do have to say, I don't leave my Bluetooth on all the time. I only leave my Bluetooth on in situations when I can't have my phone out and I want to see my text across the screen displayed because I can't have my phone. But I am constantly tapping my screen to see the time, to see my steps, etc. So it can take a fair amount of that and still retain the 4 to 5 day battery life, or so I'm finding right now. This is just the first week within me using it. But overall, I think this is a really good device. Obviously, if you're not looking for something that's stylish and just an everyday kind of tracker that's more geared towards the everyday kind of person, you probably will not like the Alta because, you know, it's lacking in a good bit of information. It doesn't have the heart rate monitor that a lot of people want, and it just doesn't have a lot of this other stuff that some of the other brands have. But it is definitely a very stylish device, and it does do a good bit of things. And if you were somebody who really liked the Fitbit Flex, I think that you will really like the upgrade of the Alta, because it does what the Flex does plus more. You get the display, you get the text and call reads across the screen, you get a move reminder, and you get automatic exercise and sleep tracking, which I find is super helpful. And for me, I think that this is the kind of perfect device. I don't need really that heart rate monitor. I'm just kind of using this to be motivated to move around more, kind of just sort of track how much water I'm taking in and that kind of thing. I'm not super serious, you know, I need to know exactly how many calories I think I'm burning, exactly what I'm doing. That's not really what I'm doing for myself. I'm just kind of tracking what I'm doing lightly, kind of to keep myself motivated and that kind of thing. So I hope you have enjoyed my review of the Fitbit Alta, and let me know if you decide to get one and how you like it.